A very warm and pleasant good day to you. My name is Maximilian from Togo Tools. And today, in this short video, I want to show you how to set up Togo trails, go to the construction site, take photos, document everything, and finally create a report. So basically, these are the very first steps in Togo Tools. And we've designed the system to be as simple as possible so that absolutely everyone can understand it. I would now like to prove that to you. I'll simply show you how you can really set up the whole thing in 5 minutes and basically already be ready to head to the construction site. Step 1, you've already created an account by simply clicking on Try for Free on our website. With that, you can register using your email, and as soon as you've done that, the project view you see here will be created. So at the beginning, you'll see the project list. Your project list is probably still very empty because you're just starting out. I already have a few projects, but nevertheless, we're going to fill yours now. Just click up here on Create Project. When you click on that, you can create your first project. Simply enter a title here and then click on Create. I've already done that for you now. I'm going to do it again now. Here, I've created my project. For you, the project will immediately appear here in the list as soon as you've created it, and you can then click on it to enter the project view. In the project view, there are many subviews, all related to this project, each with different functions. The first one you'll see is the plan view, and this is the most important one for getting started because DocuTools is heavily based on construction plans. And without a plan, you basically can't do anything in DocuTools. That means the next thing we do after creating the project is to click up here on Add Plan, click, and then upload a plan. So here I have my 2 plans. You can simply select one, or you can even select 10 at once. I'll select a plan here now just to show you quickly. We support the formats PDF, JPEG, and PNG. Here I have a PDF plan. 90% of our customers use PDF plans. Before the plan is actually imported into the software, we briefly show you this here. A preview of the plan or plans if you have selected more than one. Here you can still adjust a few things, such as changing the title if you wish. We automatically take the title from the PDF. But you can also rotate the plan here. Sometimes the plans you receive are not perfectly oriented. So you can rotate it correctly here, so the plan is always properly aligned on the right side. And you can also enter a version number here. We always use 1, but you can enter a different one if you like. Once you're done with everything, just click here on Upload Plans. The plans will then be uploaded in the background. I've already done that, so I'll just close this now. But while your plans are uploading, we can already move on to the next thing, namely the core of Doku Tools, our mobile apps. And for that, I would now simply ask you to take your smartphone if possible. I assume it's nearby. Go to the App Store on your device. So if you have an Android phone or an Apple phone, just open the App Store, search for Doku Tools there. You will then find the app here, install it. I've already done that and can now click on Open here. Click. In the Doku Tools app, it's the same process as in the web app. Please simply enter your email address and password and click on Login. I'll quickly activate this fingerprint feature here, so if you're logged out next time, you can log back in using your finger or facial scan. And then you'll see all your projects. You'll also see the project you created earlier. And now comes the last important step before you go to the construction site. Please download the project once. You can simply swipe left here. On mobile devices, that is, on smartphones and tablets, you'll immediately see this cloud icon. There's more space there. You can already see it, but please click on this cloud icon first. The system will then ask if you want to download the project, and here you just need to click on Synchronize. All project data will now be downloaded to the device, meaning all plans, photos, pins, etc. And as soon as this blue dot turns into a green dot, that means all the data has been downloaded and you can basically get started. Head to the construction site. And it doesn't matter whether you have internet there or not, whether you're in the basement or anywhere else, you have everything offline and can work completely offline. So now the entire project has been downloaded. We have the green dot, and now we're actually ready to document the construction site. So I hope I didn't promise too much. I think we've now got everything set up here in under 5 minutes. If you now tap on the project on your mobile device, you'll see all the plans. I'm going to open a plan here now. You can now zoom in and out of the plan here using 2 fingers like this. And now we can already start documenting. Begin. So if we zoom in here, for example, to this door here, and if you now press and hold your finger on the device's screen, this pin will appear, this marker on the plan. We call this a pin. You can still fine-tune its position. Once you've placed it in the desired spot, you can simply confirm it here with the check mark. And that sets the pin. The first thing it asks for is this. The question is, please enter a title. What is this about? Yes, I'll just enter test here for now, but you can either type here. But you can also use the dictation function here. For the respective manufacturers, Android and Apple, you then press save. And now we've entered a title for the entry. Next step. There are so-called categories in docu tools. Categories in docu tools, so you can say that we currently have 3 available by default, but you can add as many as you like. The categories differ not only by name, but also by the color of the pin. So you can immediately see that all red pins are defects, all green ones are, in this case, inspections, right? I'll just say here that this is a defect. And the next and most important thing I'm going to do now is activate the camera here. So I just click on the camera opens, I take a picture, I'll just take a photo here now. You can also add a note here. You can take more photos if you want to upload 4 or 5 at once. And very important, up here you can still edit the photo. So there's the paint function here, which is always the easiest if you want to highlight something. Or for example, here you can also add an arrow. And yes, there are many, many other functions here. Text, circles, and so on. We'll leave it at that for now, save up here. And as soon as the changes are saved, we also basically save the photo or photos however you like. Simply use this save button here to add the pin. Yes, and that's really how you set a pin. Select a category, give it a title, take a photo. Yes, just a few clicks, and that's really all there is to it on our mobile device. We can now close the pin here and go back. You can already see that the plan has an exclamation mark here. That means there is still data here that needs to be uploaded. It's the same for the project now as well. To do this, simply swipe left again here and press this blue button once. Now all the data we worked on offline is being uploaded, and then it checks, are there any new data that can be downloaded from the cloud? So that's already done now, it's green again. For you, green always means everything is uploaded, everything is perfect. Now we're going back to our web app. Let's quickly reload the page here, because you can already see there's now an open pin here. If I now open the same plan here as we just did on the mobile device, we can now see this pin with the photo, and we can also take a closer look at the photo if we want. And yes, this way you have all the pins here in the cloud and visible in the web application. Last point, I promised you can also create a report. I'll show you that briefly. I always do this here via the pin list. Here you can see all the pins you've created recently. I already created a test pin earlier, but you can then select the pins here. By the way, you can also filter here by all sorts of criteria. So if you only want certain pins that you created today with a certain category, status, etc., you can filter everything here. We only have 2 pins here right now. I'll select one. You can also select all of them, but for now, let's just pick one. And then you click on Edit and can then choose Add Pins to Report. Here you can now enter a title for the report and then select the template here. At the beginning, we just have a few standard templates from docu tools available here. I just try out the standard report, or in this case, I'll select the defect report and simply click on Create here. The reports are generated in the background, so you don't have to wait here until it's finished. You can simply choose to view it later, or just click Close here, and then under the Reports menu item, you'll find all the reports. There's always a progress bar here. The report is being generated, and as soon as it's finished, you can open the report. Now there was only 1 pin in here. I'll just open it quickly. Here's a quick preview. The reports always have a cover page, a table of contents, and then you always see the plan section with the pin we placed and the photos, a photo. If there are 20 pins, of course it continues here. These reports can be completely customized. They are always based on Word and Excel. So you can also create Excel reports if you want. This here is a Word report, and you can swap out your logos, fonts, photos here. So you can set everything here very, very freely. Yes, you can simply download the reports here, either as a PDF or as a Word document. And you can also easily share them here by clicking the button and then just copying the link or sending the whole thing by email. Only the link is sent. So that was the first variant of docu tools. I've just shown you how to create a project, how to set it up, how to collect data on site, how to sync it back to the cloud, and how you can then turn this data into a report on the web interface. Of course, there are many, many other functions in docu tools that would go beyond the scope of this first video. So, of course, there are the members here. You can invite all your colleagues or external companies to docu tools. There is a task management system. Within the pins, you can assign tasks to each other and also assign tasks to teams. There is a media view. You can add 360-degree photos to pins, etc., etc. But all of that will be covered in the future and in other videos. For now, I hope this gave you a good overview of how you can try out the system on the construction site as quickly as possible. All right, so until we meet again in the next one, I truly hope that you really enjoyed watching this video today. Ciao, Servus.